Hey, this is Into the Origin, the MMORPG and SOAC gaming podcast. I'm your host Dursla. With Mark. Say hi.
Hi, sorry, zone out. My bad.
Valik
Hi.
and Kiwi.
Hello, hello, hello.
And as everyone should probably know, Arcade is now live, which is a very good thing, except for some of the issues, as a lot of you may know.
Yeah, quite a few issues with headstart. Like, the people who paid the most money are getting the most problems, it seems.
Well, we know it's not pay to win.
Quite obviously not. The costumes don't give you anything. No pay to win.
But in all fairness, I mean, what launch goes smoothly these days? Come on now.
That's very true, but I feel like this one's going a bit shakier than a lot of them. I've just been
I think every year my expectations go up for what a launch should be. Like, I don't think we should always consider, hey, it's good enough. I think every time a new MMO comes out, people should be more on the ball. I didn't hear much about WildStar having issues, but maybe somebody can educate me on that. I don't know. I know ESO had some serious issues.
But other than connection issues on the NA side, there's been no lag or anything like that, which I've been pleased with. So once you are in the game and doing your thing, it's smooth as butter.
It's quite the opposite of EU.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, like I play on Caprosa and it's just, the lag is unbearable. It's like sometimes PvP is just completely impossible, especially if you're melee against a ranged, you just have no hope because of the lag. So yeah, just stick to farming for now.
Sometimes I'll be turning in a quest and I'll hit like F and then you just have to sit there and stare at it for a good 5 seconds before it's like, yep, your quest is done. It's like, great.
Yeah, I had a little bit of that. But it's been exciting though. I've had such a ball. I mean, very tired. So I'm probably going to say some kerfuffles along the way. I think we're all tired, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very tired.
Super excited. I don't have a house or anything yet. I've got a tiny scarecrow farm plot, and I don't know where I'm going to find a place to put a house, but yeah, otherwise, I've been fun.
I personally have been I've been staying low for the first while because I'm trying to avoid the initial flood of people. And
What? That's what it's all about. That's the excitement, that flood.
I don't know. It always kind of angers me. Like, I always end up screaming at the computer because people end up taking my mobs and that. So I'm just like, I'm going to avoid it this time.
Nah, that's part of it. That's why you do it yourself. You go out and just get everything.
The problem is I play really weird things that tend to not really be super optimal. So it's more like, I'm playing this because, why not? And, then the people that crunching numbers for, the most optimal leveling build will normally end up crushing me out of it.
Well, I couldn't sleep 2 days prior. It was like Christmas, you know? So I'm extra quirky right now. So 2 days prior, and then when it hit...
launches to feel that way anymore. I guess I'm jaded, I guess. I don't know.
But for you guys, was it busy? Cramming in stuff, trying to get it all done before he'd start, and oh my god. I was super busy, so I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, super busy, just trying to write up a lot of articles so I can actually have time to play. So I've kind of written up 6 articles in advance so I can just release them on a day-by-day basis and I can continue to play in the background, but it's still, the work is never really ending.
I need to write an article before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. Oh well.
There'll be no articles from me.
Me and my friend have just been plotting where we're going to be placing our illegal farms because we've given up all hope of finding an actual place for a farm at this point.
I wouldn't give up hope right now. Things are going to change.
At least for the time being, I don't plan on having a farm anytime soon. That's legal.
Yeah, when Auroria opens up, then people have farms. I'm not sure. It looks like Diamond Shores has open farming area, but I'm not sure if that's like working yet or not, or if that's disabled.
It's disabled. All of Auroria is disabled.
Okay. Oh well. Saving up tokens, whatever Gilda stars for a thatched farmhouse, personally, but those are kind of big.
I am going to be aiming for one of those and just waiting for like the initial wave of people who like decide to stop getting patron status to fall out before I go searching to place that thing down. But that's my end goal, is to get a thatched farmhouse for my little elf somewhere. I need to find a good place to put it, because I played East all through the betas, and now that launch came, I'm going to have to go to West because I lost a bet.
I'm the opposite. I played West through like pretty much from 2011 or so to now, and I never played East, and now I'm in a guild that's playing East. I'm like, I don't know where anything is. I've never done any of these quests before. Oh well, I guess I'm going to be slower than everybody else.
It's going to make it a little bit more fresh for you guys though, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, because like at first, like when I was playing through and all my fear, and I'm like, I love this guy, like I love the fear, and this is all awesome, like all these quests are great, and then like I'm just sitting there thinking, like, you know what, when launch happens, I'm gonna have to do this all over again. I'm gonna be so mad. But like, well,
I've done the Nuian quest line so many times now. I don't. He can do it like backwards, just walking backwards through all zone.
I was not a fan of the Nuian, to be honest. Like I went into, like I tried the Nuian, and I was just like, they just, like, it just seems like some generic, like, you're a superhero sort of story.
The chosen one.
The chosen one, yes.
One of the chosen people. But you give up that special power to save somebody. Spoilers.
Yeah. I think you're supposed to say spoiler before you throw the spoiler out.
Everybody's going to figure it out by level 30. I mean, come on.
I've already played through all of the stories, all of the races. I pick Elf on Headstart because Elf is the easiest of the 4 stories, and also has the least amount of kind of blocks, so to speak. Like, I think the Nuian had a big issue on their story quest because they had to click that statue, and there was a huge problem with that because so many people were clicking it that the statue just broke, so nobody could do their story quest.
Wow.
Whereas the Elf, the Elves have it easy compared to all the rest of them, so I just went with the Elf and also the ratios.
Yeah, some of those storylines have like lines that form. Some of them, the Fearin storyline has at least 2 long lines in their storyline quests that you have to stand in and wait for. It's ridiculous.
It's like 3/4 of the elf quests are just talk to this person.
Yeah,
you guys pay attention to fine detail. I just kill stuff and run.
When I was playing my elf, like one thing I noticed compared to the Fearin is like it seemed to move so much faster for some reason. Like I had like my mount at like level 5 or something, whereas my Fearin got his at like level 10. It was just kind of ridiculous. I wasn't sure if it was just like I was so familiar with the game, or if it was just elves get their stuff really fast.
But what made you guys choose the servers that you are on? Is there anything on the EU that stands out, or
no?
Just went with the guild
server. Yeah.
I'm on NA, but I chose mine because it's I've been told is the unofficial roleplay one. It's like Taiyang or something, like Tahyang.
Yeah, Taiyang.
Taiyang.
Named after the Fearin hero. Yep.
Yeah, that's where I went because like I was originally going to do. It started with a K. It was in the headstart. I don't even remember the names. I'm really bad with names. But
Curios.
That was it. I was going to go to that one, but then someone's like, "Oh, this is a roleplay one." I'm like, "Oh, well, my server decision is at an end."
Yeah, it seems to be the busiest and most popular one, so it has the longest queues right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm on Curios actually, and yeah, it's. Let's see, what is the queue now? I've got 936 people in front of me right now.
I'm on Olo because it sounds like YOLO, so I had to do it. That's how technical that gets.
Yeah, I know. Oh, go ahead. You guys go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've just been, all of the server stuff aside, I'm super pumped it started. As long as I'm 50 before launch, I'm fine. If I'm not there, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to cry.
I know for a fact I'm not going to be 50 before launch, mostly because I'm not in the head start. But so I'm waiting. Like I said,
Yeah. I've just been trying to get as much farmland as possible because it's already such a struggle right now. So that's been my
Mm-hmm.
primary thing: get the farmland and then get leveling because I kind of want to kind of beat all of those free player rushes that are going to come on Tuesday. So I'm level 26 now, and I have all of tomorrow to level
Nice.
before. Do the servers come down before the end of headstart,
No.
or is it just going to straight transition?
I think it's
Whatever.
maybe an hour or so that they might reboot them or something. That's what I heard. But other than that, no,
I
not like any extended downtime.
yeah, I can't imagine it would be down for very long if they took them down at all for it. I mean,
They only
it shouldn't take that much for them to be able to just like flip on the free to play people to be in.
Well, I've rolled Farron on Olo. I have 2 aqua farms, my scarecrow farm, and a house. So I've been busy. The
Yeah.
leveling slowed down a little bit. I'm only 26 right now, 28 right now.
Yeah, I know. Me and my friend, we are. I sent him out into the world first because he has the head start and everything. He bought like the most expensive founder pack. He's crazy, and like so he's getting like everything set up because we're gonna do pirating and aqua farming and all that sort of stuff. So I'm leaving it to him to get all the dirty work done, and I'm just gonna come in and actually manage the farms because he can't stand that.
The gold seems to be coming in a lot more heftier than it did than I remember. I have a lot more gold than I did when I first started alpha on with Trion's version, which
I
is
think
Part of
good.
it's better decision making. You know, not spending your gold
Yeah.
on things that you don't need it for.
experience and Daru chests, because with those Daru chests I got like 35 gold from it. So that's
Mhm.
certainly a big boost for a level, 20 whenever you're just starting out. So could use that money then to buy expansion scrolls and other stuff because I'm very stingy with my credits.
Oh, I blew them.
Yeah.
All the backspaces. Thanks.
I still have almost 9,000.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's so
Good
many.
I
I'm a
what I'm
welfare
waiting-
player, so I have like what I started out with like 3,000. Now I'm down to what 500.
I think there's someone in my guild who had like 90,000 credits or something whenever they got the head start. It was insane.
Weird.
What were all the credits from?
Just
Just-
on the open beta, and if you buy credits, you get it refunded again. So you get like
Oh, okay. So it's just like
you get like
the
11.
just
yeah.
the currency. Alright.
Yeah, you get 11,000 something credits for Arceum, and then just whatever else you buy. And from the try-on at that time, it gets refunded all back to you once you go to Head Start.
Now, being a Guild Wars 2 player, I've been calling them gems forever. So it's all clear now that you're talking about the shop
Yeah.
currency.
Yeah.
So,
So, like, I usually bring in community news, but the community news is Head Start. So, but I think over the next month there'll be a lot more as the dust settles and stuff like that. So, we're just going to chat about Head Start and launch and see if anyone has any questions and answer some questions from YouTube, right?
have there been like any like major like guilds going like and expanding or anything like that? Like, are they like making preparations for when Auroria opens up? They're just going to take it by storm. Like, what's going on with like that? Do you know, Kiwi, or is it just
Well,
kind of
from
silent
the-
at the moment?
Those that were busiest, and a lot of them are like big streamer communities as well, that have been busiest throughout the alphas and betas and whatnot. They all went silent the day before and all like changed their servers and stuff like that, so people didn't know where they were going or what they were doing. So I watched a stream on Friday morning, and all of them didn't announce. There was a few of them that didn't announce anything until like 10 minutes before launch, because they wanted to shuffle it up a bit and create less drama so people didn't turn up at the same servers and stuff like that too, which was good thinking. So it's going to be interesting to see who ended up where, because the thing that I came across starting within the big guild that I'm in is a lot of us couldn't log on at the same time, so all the plans we had to start with didn't work, so a lot of people wouldn't have been able to get on. So it'll be interesting to see after launch who got where and things like that too, because they would have changed plans according to when they got in as well.
Okay.
A lot of guilds that were going to go like Aaron Zeb I know the one that I'm playing in, Mostly Harmless, went to Curios, and we originally were on Aranzebia, I believe. That was the plan. And then, no one's going to tell each other which castle they're going to go for or try to get. So none of that will be told beforehand unless people want to fight about it, early. That'd be crazy.
Does Auroria open up when the headstart ends, or
No, it's going to be
it's going to be a while. Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone's
still want to give the free-to-play players a chance to catch up too, because it's more about that as well. So probably might not be for a week or two or even longer after launch.
I know I'm really excited to see how Auroria ends up, like where everyone falls on there, because I just find that really interesting, like the castles and the keeps and all that.
Yeah, I think it's going to open. I think 4 weeks is kind of a good time frame. But whenever it does, I just hope they give us enough notice rather than we're opening Auroria tomorrow. So I hope
it's almost like
I hope
it's almost like a relaunch again.
Yeah, I just want some notice, and then once that does happen, there'll be chaos on Auroria, as all the guilds are trying to protect their miners, trying to get the materials for the castle.
To take more days off work.
Yeah.
I'll just log out and then where I wanted to place my stuff, like a house or whatever, and then hopefully they'd reboot the server and then you can log back in, be right there when it happens. Hopefully. That's probably everybody's plan, so yeah. Good luck with that.
Is everyone going to be like sticking with like the same class that you were playing throughout like the beta and all that? Are you guys completely changing it up? Like, what are you guys doing with that? Any ideas? Or?
I'm changing it up completely. I played Daggerspell, I played Primeval, and I played Shaman on the beta just to play around with them. Didn't really like being at range, so decided I want to be in melee, and then at the headstart, the night before headstart, I didn't know what I wanted to be, so I just sat in front of a talent calculator for like an hour, and then decided I'm going to play Hexblade, which is Battle Rage, Witchcraft, and what's the other one? Defense. And yeah, so I've been playing that, having a lot of fun actually with it. It's very, very heavy CC.
Yeah, it sounds really control heavy.
It is. It's very, very, like, it's a good bit of tankiness in it within the defense. You get the extra health and the regen.
Yeah. You
get all the damage of Battle Rage, and you get all the fear and the CC of Witchcraft all together. So it's working really nice. It deals a ton of damage when I'm questing. So I'm pretty happy with my choice so far.
Nice.
I personally am going to be sticking with the wonky ass druid build I got going, because I really just like having the tankiness from defense, the healing from vitalism, and then the range damage from archery. I'm weird. It's probably one of the worst specs out there, because like I never hear anybody talking about it. So it's probably not the best option, but it seems like the most fun for me.
Yeah, if you want fun, then there's the Trickster class, which no one really plays, but at least you can play dead in like
play that.
1500. Like,
that's what I play.
You gonna play that? Oh my god!
Well, I've worked. Yeah, it's so much fun.
What is
Enjoy
the
it.
Just lay over on your side and regenerate mana, and just then get up later and be like, I'm still here.
It's witchcraft, archery, and shadow play.
That actually sounds like it would be real. I was debating that combo for a while, but the druid one ended up winning out.
But the thing is, like, I'm going to be rolling all of them, so I can switch them out. But to begin with in level, I'm playing Trickster, so I'll be doing my leveling all of them as soon as I possibly can.
Leveling all of them is pretty much like everybody's going to do it eventually out of probably boredom, and there's quests to do it too. But when you first start out, most people will pick what will get me to level 50 fastest and what will be the most effective in PvP. But after that, you might as well level everything, because maybe you'll be able to cheese a boss or something with just people chaining together the Wings of Protection skill or other weird things. So it's better to have everything than to just ignore some stuff.
I know.
Yeah, and it depends on how you play as well. Like if I'm playing duo, so it works. Trickster does. It probably wouldn't if I was solo or in a raid all the time, but it works for how I'm currently running.
Yeah, one thing that really cemented me wanting to be a druid is one of my friends was telling me that the Thunderdome skill that you have on defense you can use to knock people off of boats with. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm totally going to Thunderdome people off their boats, and that's gonna be because we plan on being pirates, so I figured that'd at least be useful.
Like I said, I'm going Stone Arrow, and it's not a class that I really played a lot. I played mostly Primeval and some other melee stuff, but Stone Arrow, you can do either a whole bunch of melee or a whole bunch of ranged, and I'm actually going to try to do more melee than ranged with this weird character. We'll see what happens.
What is the Stone Arrow exactly? Isn't it like defense, archery, and something else?
Shadowplay.
Shadowplay?
Yeah. Defense, archery, Shadowplay. And it's a lot of fun, especially because like you can use Overwhelm and then go into shield smashes and stuff, and you generally will have more HP than other archers or other ranged characters in general. And if you want to, you can wear plate instead of other things and be okay. But I'm going to probably be a leather tank. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be using leather myself, just because it gives pretty nice bonuses, and plates and the cloth one don't seem to benefit my playstyle too much. So
plate doesn't have any magic defense, cloth doesn't have any physical defense or whatever, but leather's in between. It's got a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And I've rolled a plate just purely for HP.
A lot of tanks will play purely for HP.
Survivability, so I can take things in the face while I'm melee.
One of my favorite things about defense is just the raw amount of survivability it gives just by itself. Just like just a handful of the things in there is all you really need to become pretty tanky. And
that passive that gives plus 700 physical defense or something.
That thing's awesome. I think my favorite thing about defense is just being able to like one-shot people by yelling at them. You just build up all your stacks, and then you just convert it all into the damage with the yell, and they just drop dead.
Yeah. You have to take a lot of damage to build up the metal, though, right?
Yeah, but when you're running with Vitalism also, it's not too difficult.
Cool. I normally, with Stone Arrow, I'm normally killing people before they do more than like 2 hits, and so like the most metal I've ever had on me was like maybe 200 or something, so I've never gotten to 1,000.
I've got to 3,000 so far leveling, but mostly from continued PvP and continued pulling of mobs. There's no in between. But
yeah, that's how
once you get to 3,000, once you get to 3,000, you use that revitalizing cheer. So it's got there's no downtime really with what I'm playing in Hexblade, because you have the increased health, you have the health regeneration, and you have the revitalizing cheer, which heals you for an amount and half of your metal. So once you get to 3,000 metal, which you get pretty quickly, you can just go from monster to monster to monster, and then you can just heal yourself for half your health almost every 45 seconds. So it's really, really good uptime on that spec, and that's why I'm really enjoying it in the questing and PvP.
That sounds pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. What is the Hexblade one?
It's Battle Rage, Defense, and Witchcraft. So
okay.
I haven't really maxed all the trees yet. I'm still level 26, but from what I've done so far, it has amazing survivability and it has insane damage. So I'm enjoying it right now. And also I'm very, very tanky for a melee, because getting close to those casters can be an issue sometimes. So in the Witchcraft, I've taken the Purge, so I get the increased health and regeneration from defense. And
I dig the way you say purge. Purge.
I've taken that from Witchcraft, and that gives me 25% increased magic defense. So very, very tanky and deal pretty awesome damage at the same time. It's so good for going from quest to quest. No downtime at all.
Yeah, I know one thing I might end up doing with my characters. I might end up just leveling up a lot of Auramancy and Songcraft for my trade route obsession. Because those are really good for that, I've been told.
Yeah, if you want to teleport, like if you get that passive that generates random extra teleports, that's super useful. I've seen people do that 13 times in a row. Literally, like they were getting attacked on the open ocean with a trade pack, and they're like, nope, jumped off the boat and like teleported almost all the way across. It was ridiculous. Random number generator.
Yeah, I'm probably
Okay.
gonna pick those two up as like after I get to level 50. I'm gonna probably level those two up because like one, Songcraft is awesome, and I love the AOE healing that you can get from it, and two, it's just I just love riding around on my donkey playing on my little lute thing.
Oh, that music is so annoying.
Yes.
It's fine when you hear it the first time, but once you're hearing it for half an hour straight, it just gets to your head.
I just start tuning it out at some point. I don't even notice it anymore.
I just disabled my in-game sounds. I don't have to deal with it at all.
Well, that's a good option for it.
I just can't stand it. So I have no in-game music. I just have my own music in the background and play it.
What? The music's amazing. The artwork's amazing. There's so much yumminess in this game. You guys can't sound sad. Just saying.
I really like
Well,
the
the
music
music
in
is-
Arcade.
Yeah,
It is
the
great,
music
like, I have-
is awesome. I wish they'd put out an actual like soundtrack CD for it though, like they did in Korea, so we could buy it.
Wait, the Koreans got one and we didn't?
Totally.
Oh,
Before their
that's-
release, some people got. You could go to what the equivalent of like a 7-Eleven or something over there, which also sells video games for some reason, and
That
pick
sounds
up
like the greatest 7-Eleven I have ever heard of.
Yeah, well, welcome to Korea, also Japan. 7-Elevens are awesome over there.
So you can just buy it from Korea then? Is that what you're saying?
It's pretty much impossible to find. I've looked and looked and looked on like the equivalent of their like eBays and stuff like that, and I can't find a copy for sale anywhere. So it was kind of rare, but it wasn't incredibly difficult to get. No one's selling their copy if they have one.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that
still
would be
enjoy
at the
music.
XL end of things to organise,
Yeah.
I would say.
Also,
sure.
along with the book, like I've annoyed Tryon a million times. It was like, when are you guys going to get the rights for the book? But they don't have those rights, that or probably the music either. So it would have to be XL Games that'd be like, sure, we'll translate it into English. Also, we'll put out this soundtrack a second time. But I don't think they'll do that. It's a lot of
Sadly.
work
Yeah.
for very little
That's
money.
that's why I've got the whole playlist already. Just adding the game file, so I have the full playlist, and I just listen to it in the background and toy.
Have you listened to the Christmas tracks?
I haven't listened to the Christmas tracks. No.
There's
I should.
Christmas music, embedded inside the client. If you want to go on a deep, dark, quest into the internet abyss and find the tools that you need to open up the giant .pack file, there is a
I've
lot
already
of
done
extra
that.
sounds. There's some Christmas stuff in there. Go find it. It's fun. It's interesting Christmas music. It's Korean style Christmas music.
I'm kind of
Pop
curious
music.
if this stuff is on like SoundCloud or anything like that. Probably not.
Probably
Google is
not,
your
no.
friend. You'll find it. Somebody probably has it somewhere. I'm planting coral, by the way, so I'm a little bit distracted.
You're
Because I'm
what?
so excited to be in here. I'm planting coral.
Just playing
While
the
we're
game while
talking.
trying to do this thing.
Oh,
Dude, go play.
thanks, Kiwi, for not even giving us your full attention.
Well, I'm
I've
trying.
got 500 more people.
This
in
is
it.
what Headstart's all about. I can't believe we had a podcast during it. What?
Everybody should just be playing the game, right? Right.
Yeah, just gonna be alive for a couple of weeks.
If I was playing the game, I'd be like totally tuning out the whole podcast. You guys would be like, "Durs, what's your opinion on this?" Like, what? Huh? Sorry.
Yeah, we have massive farms, illegal farms everywhere, so the wars have already begun for guilds on Olo. So it's pretty interesting. I'm keeping away from that, though. I wouldn't be able to talk at the same time.
Oh, if you're doing the illegal farming.
Right. But it's already started on Olo. I don't know if that sort of stuff has started on EU for you guys.
I still find it really funny that it's quote unquote illegal farming to take someone's crops who's avoiding their taxes, but it's not illegal farming to farm illegally out in the wilderness.
I think it's not the right word. I think everyone's just adapted to it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the Tryon term is off the grid farming.
Off the grid.
Yeah, I still don't use
Organic?
it though.
So we just call it organic.
Yeah, something. I'll still call it a legal farm though. I don't think it's just too well embedded into my mind right now to call it anything else.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
am too.
I spotted a few of them, and somebody actually even this evening found our illegal farm, took the trees out of it, and then put their own trees on top where mine used to be. And then I actually went back and I stole his trees because they were finished. So, sweet revenge.
Why would he put his own trees down? Is my question.
That's what I was wondering,
Why
but I
would you
wasn't
what?
complete.
I mean, clearly it's like someone's going there. Like they know that location is there. It's not like, oh, look at all these random vegetables.
Yeah, it was such a good spot though. You could have like 20 trees there and nobody could see it. But we used that spot since Alpha and nobody had found it until now. So that's a shame I have to find a new spot now.
That kind of sucks, but at the same time, I doubt he really told that many people yet. Anyway.
Well, one is too many anyway, but
Oh, is it?
I think we had somebody in our guild who found an illegal farm and there was a thunderstruck tree there. So that's kind of lucky. So
Wait, they had a
it's
thunderstruck
Found a
tree
what?
at their farm?
Yeah, they found a thunderstruck tree inside
Wow.
an off the grid farm.
Score.
So the person who put that there, like, you need to time your farms. Like, if you're going to put something down and it's not on your own farm, you need to time it exactly and be there like 5 minutes before. And that way you can get the jump on it, because if somebody else is there trying to steal your stuff, you know, they have the disadvantage of having a pop-up every time they want to chop the tree down or take the crop, whereas you can just take it straight away.
There's a wicked little app out for Android that I'm hoping goes to iPhone, but there's a wicked little app out with a farm timer.
Oh, is there really?
Mm.
Oh,
Awesome.
I'm really upset I don't use an Android right now, just because I would totally have that and just be watching it like all day. Just kind of bad, but at the same time, I would absolutely.
Yeah, it has to be done.
Yeah, like
So I think like the most difficult thing with the whole head start is the land. Like because of the way people logged in, especially like our guild, like many guilds had pre-organized how we were going to do things, where, what, when, and everything, but it just didn't happen.
It all
'Cause
fell
of how
apart.
fell apart before
A
it
lot
even
of-
started.
Yeah, a lot of people in my guild, especially one guy in particular who had like trained a lot for this thing and spent a lot of money on gems and all kinds of stuff. He could only get in for like an hour or so, and now he's really upset, and I don't know, maybe he'll submit a support ticket, but Trion's not going to do anything about it. Like, everybody who got screwed out of getting the plots and land that they wanted to get won't get any kind of recompense. There's nothing Trion can do, really.
No, there's not. I mean, it's a total different concept. If you're starting in most other MMOs, you're just worried about your guilds, whereas this is a whole lot different. But you couldn't like plan for anything not knowing exactly who was going to be on that server to begin with,
yeah.
because that all changed as well. So there's no way. We sat there and crunched every single angle of it, and it's like, nope, there was bound to be something that wasn't going to be
Just grab what
pleasing
you
for a
can.
mass of people. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, on the 26th, when a lot of these houses are coming up for their first taxes or whatever, then that'll be, like, the first round of things starting to burn down. But really, in a month or two, or however many months that most founders have bought into, after that period, I'm guessing, like, 2 months or 3 months from now is when a lot of things might be coming up, you know, for sale or falling off, you know, for people to actually pick up. But who knows? Hopefully Auroria is open before then and people aren't as upset. Who knows?
Right. I have a feeling like a lot of people at launch are not going to be happy because of the way the land is, but given it once Auroria and then opens, it's going to change again. So hopefully people get to understand that, if not now, eventually. Of course it won't be now. But nothing like... I mean, EU is a little bit different with the Founders Packs. And I'm glad that got sorted out for you guys.
There's a lot of empty space, though, on top of, like, mountains, and like, yeah, it's a little bit high up and far away, but Trion or XL Games ought to have zoned those for, like, people who don't care, who want to have a house up in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's all this empty space that could be places to put stuff, and it just isn't. And there's no mobs there either, so it's just weird.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably my least favorite thing about Arcade is like the very limited areas you could put your houses in that. Like, I know there's been a few areas where it's like empty. It's like, I would love to just put my farm over here. But like, people are, but you can't because it's not in the housing zone. I really wish they
And I
at least
wouldn't
add a
mind-
few more.
I wouldn't mind if they had like made it a grid system, been like only like you can only put your houses in certain areas, and you can't block off land. You just pick what the proper size plot for your house, and it goes there, and you're not trying to finagle anything or control anything. But oh well, we're not going to get that. Obviously, it's too late for that. So
Yeah. I don't think it's all their fault, though. It's kind of just the game design as a whole that has it
Right.
the way it is. So, like,
Absolutely.
you can't really blame Tryon for it, in my opinion. It's not really their fault. They probably tried to push for a system a little bit closer to Rifts, if you ask me, because that one works really
Probably it's probably a little bit too much of a bigger request than Excel could probably want to do, because it would probably require a lot of work in order to redo the entire housing placement. So whether or not they will do it in the future, I doubt it, because the game's already been out for a couple of years now. But I don't think even Tryon would probably ask for it, because it's just such a big task, and I think they'd rather just focus on new content rather than spending so much time on the older stuff. But I don't know. I think it's yeah.
I was just going to say, I just really enjoy how it promotes community. Like, the bigger guilds will dominate a lot of stuff, especially as far as commerce and stuff like that goes too. But what I like about it is that part of it, you got to have a plan if you want to like do things thoroughly or quickly. And I kind of dig that.
all right, well, what are we gonna do?
Now,
This giveaway?
some guys have are asking about the giveaway, but I'm not sure if we figured out if we can do that in this channel.
think we have figured it out. It sounds like Boss will be able to do the button thing that you were talking about. Or at least
Okay, then. Well, if
he's
he can let
asking
us
about it.
know.
So if we can do the giveaway, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it. What are we at? We're at.
You're at
How long do we have to go?
how long do we have to
Another
go? We
10
got
minutes.
another like 13 minutes or so, or
Cool. So
Yeah.
we can do that in another 5 or
13,
10 minutes
23 minutes.
fast.
23 minutes.
Do that in another 5 or 10 minutes so people can have a chance by the time we catch up.
All right.
But yeah, I'm just really, really glad the game started. It's awesome, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to sleep too.
You're finally going to go to sleep at some point.
Well, you have sleep, but kind of with the servers going down, you kind of can't sleep, because then you're still got to make up for things once the server's up, and then you rest in between, and junk food, the diet went out the window pretty quickly with the servers down. It's a little bit stressful, because it's like pacing the house, waiting for the servers.
One thing I am
Yeah.
curious about is people's opinions on the amount of servers that they went with headstart. Like, there's 6 in America and 4 in EU. I don't really know about America, but I don't think 4 is enough for EU, because just the large scale of 2 to 3 hour queues on each server. There's no housing available on any of the servers. So do you think America has enough servers? Because I don't really think EU has any. I think EU is another maybe 2 servers, but I haven't had any experience with America.
To me, like, just from what I understand, the way I think, which is not necessarily right, but to me it makes sense in one aspect, and that's how this game is. Like, people are putting down houses and land. If they then put in a lot more servers and say half a guild wants to shift, then people lose all that land and all the things that they've paid for and what they've invested. That will start like a whole different genre of problems, I think. So to me, it makes sense to start off this way. I think there's enough right now, because then people once the hype is over and they stop playing, you know what I mean? So all of those people that will be uprooted and moved to different servers and whatnot. I think we started on enough.
It's safer to start with less than what you think you're going to need than to start with too many. Like that they've seen that in Korea. They had too many in Korea. They had like 20 something, and they went down to 10 something. Who knows? I don't know the exact numbers anymore, but that was a big deal when that happened. That was like a couple months ago when they downsized a couple and merged a couple servers together. It was crazy. So
It's also
entire nations.
There's also the fact that if we have the 4 servers now in EU, they're totally packed. Everyone's a patron, and if they add more servers on the EU for free-to-play players, which I hope they do, because they can't hold patrons right now, never mind free players. But if they do open more servers, then there's going to be a massive concentrated group of free players on a server and very few patrons. And then you have these other 4 servers where almost everyone's a patron. And that's going to affect people's play experiences a lot, especially for the free players, because free players kind of also rely on the patrons to be able to, post like labor potions, auction licenses on the auction house for the people who don't want to spend any money. So I do think it's going to be a different experience on newer servers if they were to be added than it is on the current servers that there are, because just pure imbalance of patron to free to play. But hopefully we'll see how that plays out in the near future.
I would like to see more servers because of there wouldn't be as many queues in that, but as you just said, it's kind of too late to do it right now because it'd be total imbalance. All the free-to-play players would be on the new ones because they aren't in yet, and then it would just be totally unbalanced. There wouldn't be anyone there for farms or anything like that, so it'd be weird. It'd be interesting, that's for sure, but I don't think it'd work very well.
No, because free players also rely on, because patrons get everything more or less faster. Patrons can get their boats faster, their clippers, their galleys, whatever, and then if there's very, very little patrons on a server and maybe 80%, 90% free players, the progress in that server is going to be much slower than a regular server would be, because there just isn't as many patrons just to kind of push the materials and whatnot into the economy and just get the gameplay flowing. So,
but we're kind of guessing that that's even going to happen.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's a complete guess, but
yeah, so we won't deliberate on that too much because then people might think it is going to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I think regardless, I think EU needs more servers. Right now you have people 2-3 hour long queues, and then you DC, and then you have another 2 or 3 hour long queue. So at the very least they need to add in a grace period where if you disconnect or crash, you have 5-10 minutes to get back in before you're back into the queue. I think that's a must in this day and age.
That would be amazing, because
I think they mentioned that. I think Scapes mentioned that in a tweet or something, or maybe on the forums. But I don't have a link to it, and I only heard it from a guildie, so that might not be true. But that sounds like a smart thing to do. Here you go, a grace period. You dropped by accident. We'll let you get back in. There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to butt in, just knowing that the draw might take a little bit and we need to do that soon. Should we give any tips to anybody that is starting for launch? What's the best thing for them to do and prepare for?
Free players?
Whoever's starting on the 16th, yep. Someone was asking in the YouTube.
If you're questing, then I think the value of group invites is just so high when you're leveling up. If you're all, if you have 10 people waiting around for one particular quest mob to spawn, just shift R and do a radius invite, get everyone together in a group, everyone gets to kill at once. That's the biggest time saver you'll experience when you're leveling up, especially at least the first 2 or 3 zones. After that it evens out a little bit, but just know the value of being in a group. It makes everything easier and faster for everyone.
One thing I can definitely say is if you want to make money, you can start that as soon as you get your little 4x4 farm, if you have that. Or, commerce is the way to go if you want to make some money. I had a lot of gold just from doing my little commerce thing and not questing too much, but that's just me. I'm weird.
From testing from alpha to beta to now, the fastest way to level, if you're looking for it, is in pairs. I've found. I've done it in raid, I've done it in group, I've done it in, but as far as XP goes and stuff like that, doing it that way is quickest. Getting my Gilda stars, getting 15 Gilda stars ASAP plus my Scarecrow farm was my mission, which we did probably in an hour. So that worked out really well, and then saving your gold. So for me, it was getting the land as quickly as I could possibly get it. But I found that leveling in a pier is the quickest way to level if you're looking for it.
So you want to start your drawing or your contest
Sure.
thing?
I think we've given them enough time, and I've been typing away. Thank you, Bess. Whenever you're ready to do the drawer, when you hear this, go for it. I think everyone's had a notice. And I will send it to them after the podcast.
What is going on? Everything just altered.
Bass tried joining in the call.
Bass, no, you ruined everything.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
there you go.
He's in the text chat, Kiwi, if you want to have a question or
Dude, I'm
something.
planting coral.
Well then,
Planting
don't
coral.
drown,
Which one's
but
in the
come
sky?
up to the surface and talk to.
Wait, who's gonna drown
let's see.
them? I missed
Huh?
something.
I will click
You
on
said
the
something
chat.
about someone drowning.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
well if you're
planting
planting
coral.
coral, you're gonna drown.
Oh, yeah. Unless you get the little air breather things.
Ocean. Yeah.
Can you
Or the
illegal
helmet.
aqua farm?
No,
Uh,
it's designated areas only.
So like you can't like go and put like coral in like the bottom of the ocean.
No.
Just hide it under the kraken.
I mean, I would do
Right.
it.
Yeah, no. Can't do that.
Yeah. There's no places to gather wild stuff either on the ocean floor, which kind of is disappointing. If there's places to gather wild coral, because that makes the water, the aqua farms, almost more important, more valuable than regular farms.
Yeah, because like I would be like I can go and put like a pig in the middle of the wild if I really wanted to, but I can't put coral in the bottom of the ocean apparently, which is sad to me. I'd like to be able to illegally aqua farm things.
All right.
You
No,
guys should
I'm
tell
not-
everybody about your sites for people that don't know who you are and what your sites are about if they need to find information and stuff while we're doing this, I think. That would be awesome because you guys are awesome.
Well, who wants to go first?
You can go first, Mark.
I run a little fan site called Arcade Source, and I run a couple other things as well under the username Arcade or Arcade Online, things like that. Twitter.com/arcade_online, twitch.tv/arcade. I'm actually using that Twitch channel to show the MMORPG.com Twitch channel right now. And I guess I can rep the Mostly Harmless Guild, which is the guild I'm playing with in Release, so they're pretty cool people. And we're playing on Curios, so come have some fun, I guess. Or be fodder, who knows.
Or both.
Don't tell them that, they'll get in your queue.
Yeah. The two different queues, general
Go
queue
to
and
every
patron
other
queue.
server.
I don't even know how that's going to work, the general queue compared to the patron queue. Hopefully we get priority. Who
Painfully.
knows? Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a
Hopefully.
nightmare.
Yeah,
All right,
and
who's next?
I'm Belloc from Arch Ages. You can see the URL on the screen there. Basically, we are a fan site that's pretty much dedicated entirely to guides and all sorts of things. We have guides on, professions. We have guides on just general things like rereading, quests. We even have the complete list of the Nuia, Harani, and Furin stories, the full list of quests with a guide on each individual quest, including cinematics and stuff like that. So we're just purely guide orientated. I think Mark's already done a great job with the forum side of things, so rather than just compete with that, I just focus morely on the guide side of things and helping new players get into the game. So that's also on Twitter at Archages and Facebook.com/Archages.
And I'm Kiwi. I run a fan site for Rift and play all Trial games and have been doing so for a year or so. In Arcade, I'll be writing for junkiesnations.com and in this podcast as well. as I get better and better at the game, I'll take a look at whatever I need to take a look at and see where I want to go with it. Huge fan of Tryon, and a huge fan of a lot of the people that get involved with Tryon games from a fan site perspective or proactive perspective, including YouTubers and live streamers. My Twitter's up there because that's where I share everything to do with the games and stuff. I do play a ton of other games, but I don't have enough hours in the day to share any of that. So for Arcade, I'll be at Junkies Nations, and I'll be on Twitter out and about sharing guys sites like these two who are amazing, and a ton of other people. So it'll be fun.
And then
But Bass, oh sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering if Bass is going to do it. I think he's trying to.
I think he's trying to. He's communicating with Moobot.
He's communicating with Moobot.
Yes, from Moobot. It popped up on my. It popped up in my chat.
He's telling it what to do to give away Moo.
Right.
This is a very interesting process that I have no idea how to do.
Maybe you need an update or something. Who knows? I'm going to go check on my status of my wait times. Oh, 121 people, 10 more minutes. Perfect timing.
Nice. Perfect timing. My
Yeah.
car now has 17 hours. Thanks, guys.
I wonder, am I generating labor points by just sitting here at the queue screen? I think I
Yes.
Now,
am.
there's a
Probably
thought.
are.
Maybe you should ask for that. Maybe in queue you should get twice the LP.
That
Yeah,
would
that'd
be
be neat.
awesome.
Uh,
I would not mind sitting in queue forever if that were the case.
What'd you guys use your loyalty tokens on already? I had 15. I bought one of those companion crests and got my donkey to level 15 or whatever.
That's pretty much all I've ever spent labor points on, was feeding my animals.
Oh, he's talking about loyalty tokens.
Loyalty tokens, yeah.
tokens.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The little things that you get for logging in.
Yep.
Like, here, take these free currency things. I'm like, oh, here, I will buy some bread for the
No,
donkeys.
these are part of the patron thingy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you get it as long as you... I think even non-patrons get loyalty tokens, so...
Nice.
I think it's only
Oh.
patron, isn't it?
Really?
No, it's
I don't think so.
Yeah, loyalty is part of
Really?
the patron. Yeah,
Patron.
that's how it
Weird.
works in Rex too.
You get 5
So-
loyalty tokens every day you log in.
Weird.
That's
Okay,
patron.
cool.
Mhm. So
Okay.
I bought one of the merchant boxes because you have a chance at Gildas does.
Oh, that's
How
actually
often
pretty
it
fancy.
is or not, I'm not sure. So
Did you get any or no?
I got the first day I did, I think 5, 6, something like that.
Oh, darn. Okay, well, that's useful.
And then
That's something.
today I got some kind of stabilizer.
I just noticed
need-
that the Libra potion on the loyalty store has a 4-hour cooldown compared to the 12-hour cooldown of the credit one.
Mm.
Wait, what?
Don't tell
Yeah,
anybody.
but-
I'm just kidding.
I just looked at it there now. It's like I just smashed over the tilt tick and there's a 4-hour cooldown on the Libra plot.
I'd say that'll be fixed in a hurry.
In the beta, it was the opposite. It was in the open beta, it was 4 hours, wasn't it, for everyone, and then 12 hours for the loyalty tokens. And
Is it the
Alright,
same
Bass is
amount of-
ready.
Boss is like fighting with the bot.
He's ready. He's saying in chat he's ready. So if you guys, please be sure to follow the channel. He's going to do the thing when he's ready. Moobot is
I don't think it
pro.
works
When
for
he finally
followers.
figures
so.
out the Moobot. Oh boy.
And I will Twitch mail you as soon as this is done, whoever the winner is. Good luck. Thank you, Tryon, for the giveaway to give to you guys. And cheers for tuning in.
Yep. I don't have anything else to say on this stream.
The winner is... I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Type it.
Well, Boss did it in the chat. It's like,
Can you type it into the MMORPG chat?
I can. I mean, Boss already did it, but... Is that an I or an L? Ibokoi, or something like that.
Ibikoi.
Ibokoi.
I think that's how it's pronounced, Ibikoi.
And this person needs to get back to us in a minute's time that they're here too, by the way. A boykai, or those will draw it again. No
Let's see
air
if they show
can
up.
get a draw.
congrats, Ibukai, on your silver pack. If you
I'll be
make it.
saying it complete. That is you.
Oh,
Would you
yeah.
like
That is
to
an
hand
I,
this
yes.
back? Yay.
I guessed correctly. Now Kiwi is going to perform her magic giveaway mumbo jumbo.
Done. That was it.
All right.
I'll
Congrats on
send it to you on
winning.
Twitch. Right. That was it. This is the tired person. No, it's awesome.
Wow.
Cheers.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Special giveaways. All energy goes to Coral.
Congratulations, Ibukoi, on your giveaway victory. It only took about an hour and a half to fight with Moobot in order to figure this out.
Yep. Best dueled Moobot and lost.
Threading it with a frying pan or something.
Alright, well, I'm pretty sure that's all we have for today, isn't it?
It
Think
is.
so.
So
Think so.
excited for launch.
I need to get back into this game.
A lot of people are excited for lunch. Well, we are going to depart because everyone is sitting here ready to flee back into Arcade.
Yep.
So,
6 people ahead of me.
have you just been in the queue this whole time?
Yep, pretty
Well,
much.
We'll see you all not next week, the week after that. So, whatever day that is.
Everything is burning to the ground.
The
The
28th.
26th?
28th. Just giving them false information. Well, we'll see
And if you
everyone
haven't-
on the 28th. So long. Everyone
Thanks
say
for all the
goodbye.
fish.
Enjoy launch if you haven't got in already. And enjoy Headstart if you're in there already. And enjoy everything if you're not doing anything.
Just
Sure,
don't
mate.
get pissed off at how horrible everything's gonna be.
Well,
Yeah.
good luck with the queues.
Bye.